So out of interest, what gift do you give a new mother, or a new father for that matter? A box of nappies? Some baby clothes that'll be outgrown after one wear? Maybe a newspaper from the day the baby was born, something that'll be smiled at and then tucked away safely, only to be rediscovered at the back of the wardrobe and thrown out when the child moves out of home years later. My wife and I have given all those gifts and others like them. But I'm a woodworker. I want to give something more meaningful, something more lasting. What I want to do is create handmade objects that become cherished items that are difficult to part with. For the past decade, I've been slowly working towards my dream of becoming known as that old guy who makes cool stuff out of wood. I love woodworking projects in general, but I absolutely adore making projects that are intended for babies or children. Over the years, I've crafted a number of rocking horses and beautiful little child-sized picnic tables. They make lovely gifts, and sure, I can keep making them, but you learn and you grow when you try something new. I want to have a rotation of new baby projects so I can make a couple different items each year and still have them be a special project that I look forward to. All the way back in 2010, I came across a woodworking magazine featuring what they called a Jiggity Diggity Dock dancing clock. I fell in love with it. It's a cute, functional piece of art, but at the time, I didn't have the tools, the skills, or the resources to build it. Well, if you fast forward 13 years, my workshop is now equipped with a variety of tools, my skills have improved, and my confidence has grown. So now that I'm armed with experience, confidence, and a well-equipped workshop, I finally feel ready to tackle the dancing clock project that I've been daydreaming about for years. Honestly, this really is a project that I could have built a long time ago. All I needed really was a bit more confidence just to have a go. I could have achieved a good result years ago with far fewer tools that I'm using now. Regardless, I've enjoyed my woodworking journey over the last decade, so I've no real regrets there. After a decade of slowly building up my workshop, slowly building up my tool collection, and super slowly building up my skill set, well, I'm in a happy place now. Although I have noticed that there is a flip side to having all the tools at your disposal. I know this might come across as a bit of a first world problem, but the more tools you have, the less you use each one. I notice that you don't learn them as intimately or as deeply as when you only have a couple options. I've been using my table saw for around 8 years, and while you never want to be cocky around a table saw, I'm confident. I know how it works, I know how to set it up properly, I know what safe is, and I know what silly is. Using a bandsaw though, for me, it's completely different. It's only been 6 months since I bought it, and I've only used it for a handful of hours all up. Really, I barely know how to turn it on in comparison to the table saw. Of course, I'm not complaining that I have too many tools. That's ridiculous, it's arrogant, and it's straight out wrong because I must have more. But I will say that the tools that I've had for years, they're the ones that I really understand, and they're the ones that I'm most confident in using. But I want to stretch my skills and I want to push the boundaries of what I can craft, so I'm going to use all my tools on every project to the best of my ability. And there's something about gift making as well. I think my favourite part of gift making, it's not that you're challenging yourself as a woodworker to make a project, because it may not be the most complex project out there, but it's more about the person that you're giving it to. So in this case, I'm celebrating my friend's journey into motherhood. I've known this young lady since she was a 15 or 16-year-old trainee at the hair salon that my wife went to. And over the last decade, she's gone from being a shy trainee to a confident young woman running her own salon. And more recently, she's married, settled down, and now she's mother to her first child. My wife and I have known her for a long time, and I really wanted to give her something special to celebrate this stage of her new family life. So the dancing clock is a special gift to celebrate what and I suppose what most people would think is the most wonderful part of life, becoming a parent. Of course, with gift making, there comes a time where you have to present the gift to your friend. And that can be a moment of equal parts excitement and nervousness, to be honest. If you bring someone a bunch of flowers and a box of chocolates, you pretty much know what the reception's going to be. But when you're gifting a creative piece of work that you've put some time and effort into, the stakes are a little bit higher. You want them to like it. Your confidence starts wavering and you start regretting your choices. You worry that they're going to notice all the little imperfections that you worked hard to hide, but which look incredibly obvious to your eyes. But then they open the box and you can just see that they love it, which makes all the effort worthwhile. And I'm really glad to say that's what happened here. You're the one giving the gift, but when you see the delight and surprise in their eyes, you get something much more special back in return. I'm really happy to say that she loved it. Or at least she told me she did. which has the same effect for me. So how can I sum up this little project? I think it's accomplishment and satisfaction. It's not the most technically challenging piece that I've put together, but that wasn't the point of it. It still pushed me to grow as a woodworker. It let me hone some new skills and create something from nothing. Projects like this dancing clock are sort of a testament to the importance of handmade gifts, because let's face it, we buy a lot of stuff these days that after a year or two becomes worthless, often even less than that. A handmade gift can hold a special place in your heart and help create lasting memories. The clock is something special for me. I loved the build process. I really enjoyed it from start to finish, and I smiled the whole way through. I think the clock has already brought some joy to my friend, and in time, her gorgeous baby will get some enjoyment from it. I hope it's something that she has up on the shelf for the next 20 years, and I'm excited to create another one of these soon for another friend whose wife recently had their first child as well. So yes, along with rocking horses and little picnic tables, I think this dancing clock has taken me a little bit closer towards that end goal of being that old bloke who makes cool stuff out of wood.